If you aim to make a lot of money online and make a serious return on your investment, this video is for you. Because in this video, I'm gonna reveal my criteria for making the decision to buy an online business. While we are talking about these subjects, I want you to imagine four different business models. First of all, no face YouTube channels, software as a service business, Amazon KDP, and fulfillment by Amazon or FBA. You can Google them or ask ChatGPT what the business model is all about. So, I'm going to talk about these seven topics. And first of all, as an introduction, in my opinion, acquisition entrepreneurship enhances investing and lifestyle returns. You can make a superior return compared to traditional investment categories, and your business usually has a very lean operation. It can be operated by only one person or a few freelancers, which are uh, sometimes or often provided with the sale. So you will have a very efficient business operation which allows you to have even two or multiple businesses at the same time. And the business models can be, even as a beginner, be very easy to understand. If you operate them for several weeks or months, you will be an expert, even if you are a novice entrepreneur. Now, the most important is the financial performance. I think it's best if you buy a business which have a revenue and a profit margin trend which is at least stable or has a reasonable growth. I don't think it's very beneficial if you have a very bloated growth, a very high growth of the business because you cannot easily extrapolate the growth into the future. There might be some boom and bust situation. So it's better if you have a matured business and you can track the growth over time and you can come up with a better valuation and make better plans with that. Keep in mind seasonal patterns, as the products could be seasonal to due to holidays or um, different seasons of the year, and of course the age is plays a big role because you can compare different years and compare the numbers after each new product launch. To understand the cash flow stability, you have to determine if the quality of the product is good or will, because the quality of the product will in the end determine if the cash flow, if the money will come in. Because if there's new supply as in new competitors, they will replace you in if they have better products, or if the demand is simply just a trend or is like a trendy product, there will be no demand. So you have to understand those uh, the quality, supply, and demand situation. In the end, you want to make a good investment, so the valuation should be reasonable. I think it's best if you aim for quality business, and in the those business models in which I told you, the usual valuation could be between 2 to 3 times yearly cash flow. All everything above that is a bit of a stretch, but it could be worth it if there is a reason because of the quality of the products. And the valuation can also be higher or lower, determined by the operational improvements which are possible. Now, the business model is another very important part of the investment decision, because in general you want to have a business model which is scalable. The question is, how proportional is the cost and the revenue growth? Um, how is this linked together? So, as you can see on the left, on the right side, there's a differentiation, a chart about the products and services. You can choose to have physical or digital products and services. The old economy is like brick and mortar stores. You open up a hairdresser or a coffee shop. Your scalability is limited to the physical brick and mortar. You need you are scalable in the sense that you will have the same amount of cost compared to the revenue will increase. If you have 10 more hairdressers, you can serve 10 more clients in general. But if you have an e-commerce business, your scalability is much better, because in Amazon FBA, the all of um, the all of the services are done by Amazon. So you could sell 100 more products each month or 1000 products each month, and it doesn't really matter for you. You have more costs, but in the end, you will also make more money. On the other side, digital products are scalable by nature, because you simply create a product or you create a software once, and usually there could be less or not that um, demanding changes in the product. If you create an Amazon KDP account, you basically sell PDF files. Those PDF files are printed out by Amazon and shipped to the customer. So you sell books. As a YouTube channel, you sell entertainment or information on YouTube, and you will sell ad revenue, and you have a video which people look at the internet. So you don't have more costs for every view. There's like no cost in general if you have the views organically. For software as a service business, you have digital products and recurring revenue. On the other side, Amazon KDP, you have to find a new customer for every book you sell. And you have to also keep in mind, even in e-commerce, you can have recurring revenue. As you have might seen, you can have like a subscription on Amazon for certain products, like let's say supplements. Those products are usually consume based, so you consume the product and you have to buy it again. So you can have the option to get it shipped automatically, or the customer simply is recurring his own revenue by himself by buying it again because it's empty. So next thing you have to keep in mind is the diversification of income streams. So usually you don't have only one product. In e-commerce or in YouTube, you have several videos. So you have to see how much each each content is contributing to the revenue and to the profit. And general rule is that 80% of the revenue comes from 20% of the content or the products basically. And you don't want this to have too much concentration, so there might be like one video which is going viral on YouTube, while all of the other videos get no views. But you also don't want it to have it diversified a lot, so there needs to be a balance. I think 80/20 is roughly good, because you still had you would still have 80% of other products which give you the opportunity to increase the business over time without much effort. So if you look at this chart on the left on the right, you should stay on the right side. So either go with e-commerce or digital products like Amazon KDP or SaaS business. And then you have to decide, should it be really simple or should it be really complicated? It doesn't have to be complicated to be a good business model or a good business in general. It could also be quite simple. So, what about the growth? You have to aim for a value add strategy. You want to look at untapped opportunities and grow the business. Capital gains should be your goal. So, if you look at the business, are there like is there a clear roadmap for new products and services? Are there new customer segments which you can address, or geographies? Let's say you have a Amazon KDP account. You have a every book of yours is in English, but you could also translate those books in Spanish or German. In this way, you could address other segments of the market, like in other geographical segments. Or you could make, instead of a children's book, you can make a book for adults. Or you can make a book for older children instead of very young children. So, are there complementary products which you can create? Are there underutilized assets which can be repurposed? Maybe there is a whole lot of YouTube videos which are not that high quality. You could work on them and make them better quality. It could be as simple as changing a thumbnail. Look at these opportunities, see them, and make a plan. If you really see an opportunity to get some growth, it might be a good investment. Now about the risk. In general, the products and services should fit you personally. You need to have an understanding about the products. You really, because you have to determine the quality. Do you have any interest in the niche? So you is your interest that high that you want to spend hours daily, at least for the next 1.5 years, to get involved with with this niche or with this product? Because if you don't like the products, it's going to be a hard working day and you won't make good results. Also, if there might be all of these business models might be affected by any platform change, or if there's a certain if the platform in general just is in a bad place, or maybe let's say you are TikTok and you get banned in the US. This would be like a really bad idea to invest in a TikTok if you have mainly US customers. So keep those change in mind, because with this also the risk can be really high. Then there might be key person risk. As I said, many online businesses are supported by freelancers, and Amazon FBA has maybe you only have a few or one supplier, and you have to really find out if they can really be replaced or how easily they can be replaced. And maybe you don't want them to be replaced, but you keep in mind over time things change, and maybe one day your freelancer doesn't want to work with you anymore, and you uh, have have to have plans for that. Also, legal and intellectual property regulations. You don't want to get sued. Also, the risk is about relative and absolute valuation. You don't want to risk too much money, and you don't want to invest in too high valuations. Now about more personal subject about the seller transparency and support, because this is could also be really helpful to get the business running. You certainly need an asset transfer. You need to get all of the data related to the production of the products, like the plans for the product in Amazon FBA, raw material of videos and books, certain everything actually what data was come up in creating this business, and it should be well organized. um at least this would be a real big plus in YouTube. I would say this is a total must have. The same for Amazon KDP, and I think in Amazon FBA as well. You have to get the context of the freelancers. This is not a must have, but you have to have a freelancer team. This is really helpful to make a good decision in buying a business, because you don't want to waste time with finding new freelancers which are good quality. And I think the suppliers of physical products or the logistic company, you need to have those contacts, and maybe get in touch with them before you make you, the purchase. Another very important point is the standard operating procedures. So, for the sale of a business, a lot of sellers prepare for in the way that they write down and document their steps for their business. So in this way, it's very easy for you or your external like freelancers to really understand what what what's the what's the process of creating the step. There might be some really um, very important information for the future, and you want to have like a step by step plan for a lot of different things. And if these documents exist and they are well documented, it really helps you to run the business or the daily basic without getting very stressed out once you have to do certain tasks. Another very important thing is the consultancy of the seller post acquisition. Sometimes the seller offers you to get let's like say let's say 30-day support after the sale, and because in the beginning you will learn the most, and if you have um, help from the original business owner, it's very good. And another thing is you really have to have like a feeling about the seller. Do you think he's honest? Is Do you have like the feeling his his reason for the sale makes sense? What feeling do you have with him? You have to really maybe he lies to you, or you feel he is honest. uh, this is also very important to really make the final decision. In conclusion, I would say the numbers don't lie. The numbers in the end are very critical. You should not you should really be keen to buy quality instead of quantity. You should not have any fear of missing out. You should rather say no to a opportunity than buying something because you think you will miss out. And then have to be really objective in assessing the risk, and that's not very easy. So you should rather wait for the right business which comes to you instead of um, just by investing your money in the first business you will see. So you can read this quote. I think Adam Smith said that. And if you find this helpful, give me a like, subscribe, write a comment if you have any question, share it if you like, or don't. I don't care. Have a great day.